do. Greetings and welcome. I am Joffrey, and joining me today is Jaco. Together we are discussing the second part of Landless Adventurers in CK3, which I imagine, yeah, it's also pretty damn big. We didn't quite discuss all of the nuances of the first part, but at the end of the day, it really just was rambling on for a long time about very particular details that did not need to be uh, discussed in detail. But we shall see what this one's about. I do not know yet the details of this, and the way they describe it at the beginning is that it's going to be really weird and discussing just everything else. So, oh boy. But yeah, costs and other costs requirements, all sorts of things like that are all up in the air still and to be determined. So, I bet you're wondering how I got here. And they're showing themselves just, I guess,
In the
in
legendary safe place during the Black Death.
they're, they're in Bohemia, which uh, yeah, it's very funny to see. It's just yeah, the whole world basically Black Death, but not Poland really, just cause. So, hey, that sounds like a good place to be hiding out for to me. But I guess it's interesting that you could theoretically sprint away from a disease like
Yeah,
that.
that's true. Like, imagine you're chilling in an empire and there's like a tier 3 cataclysmic, like, pox breaking out. You're just like, cool, I'll just visit the next empire over while you guys are dealing with this. Have fun.
How we explored the greatest map of the strongest Joffrey in all of Crusader Kings. Yeah, that's my first playthrough of this DLC, obviously, right? I need to make a custom strongest Joffrey character, and he's gonna explore the biggest map. Alright, but I guess they're gonna go into more detail about what the camp purposes are, which I'm very interested in seeing. Uh, yes, the freebooters. They're elaborating on that being brigands. Yes, yes. The perfect camp purpose for us to give to some roving bands of orcs and some shit. Uh, that could be neat. Because they could run around and
Yeah.
torch people's stuff, I guess.
Imagine just, I'm just thinking like playing as, like, imagine you're playing the Goblin King, you get overthrown. You're just this ultra fat goblin just roaming around the Anduin Vale, just rolling around raiding people.
Jocko, that's very amusing, but you know there's no situation where a goblin gets overthrown without him being stabbed many times.
That's
There ain't
damn,
no
that's true. That's
situation
true.
where a goblin's gonna get overthrown and then make a legitimist adventurer band to try and reclaim their rightful throne.
Oh, damn.
We are swords for hire. Become freebooters. Each one with each one comes with different weightings on what type of contracts they're likely to find, different upgrades for their camp buildings, and different flavorization that controls their title and the types of clothes that their followers will wear. Expect a lot more glasses and humble clothing for scholars, weapons and armors for sellswords, animal furs, and muted outfits for freebooters, and so on. Yes, yes. It keeps making me think of Battle Brothers. That's the idea. Oh, yeah, I really need to play Battle Brothers
Oh,
again. But just the poachers in that game. Whatever. Anyway.
oh yeah. Wait, wait, I think I. Oh my word! I played this so much, I
But
didn't recognize what Battle Bros was for a second.
you looked it up and you remember it now, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Every time that I see the become freebooters thing, it's me thinking it
Yeah,
just makes me
yeah,
think of Battle Brothers, like the poachers start.
I can see that. Oh my god,
But the default purpose is Wanderers, which is what we'd consider the vanilla experience. But each of the five others are slightly tailored to different playstyles. Wanderers find equal amounts of contracts of every type, and non-historical adventurers will always start as them. Their main special feature is that they can switch to any other purpose type for free, whereas the other types must pay 1k prestige for the privilege. Why, that's very nice then, yes, if you set up people like that, and it means that the player can instantly just decide to become whichever type they want. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's very nice. I kind of see it like being Wanderers is like kind of like I want to not rule a kingdom, but I also don't know what direction I'm going in.
Yeah.
And then like, but once you've like chosen direction, it's like, okay, to actually change, it's like it's gonna cost you a bit of prestige because you've kind of already set your mind on something.
It's the sort of thing I would imagine that if we have, I know Vector's before spoken about like the idea of us having wandering dwarves. There could be just having various groups because you
Oh,
can have wandering dwarves of various cultures just hanging out in different regions because they tend to do that as uh, they constantly go and migrate between different holds and such, or mansions rather. Uh, if you have just
I
some
think we
random longbeards hanging out somewhere, uh,
yeah I think we might have talked about this the first time we heard about Landless, but we can have roving bands of Blacklock mercenaries.
yes, I
Uh,
very
Honest.
much would intend to have a good few landless adventurer Blacklock characters just hanging out in various places.
Oh, that would be
Someone
so
had
cool.
asked in the previous stream of this whether the axe that walks would be becoming landless, and what I said to that is that he may well become landless himself, but the war mansion that he currently starts in would stay as a place that exists because all the places that the Blacklocks currently can be seen in on the map are places where they're intended to have a mansion. It's just that they're really shitty and they're called war mansions because they're just used as places where they stop by to resupply, and
Yeah.
where most of the women live. Uh, uh, Unending Easterling marauders everywhere. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm sure that could be a thing too. I'm sure. Maybe we could stick a triumvirate of a raw group. Just stick some random group of more distant Easterling culture that is triumvirate of Ra. If someone wants to play a member of that faith, that is a quote unquote canonical character. But I suppose you could make custom characters anywhere, so someone can easily just do that on their own, which is cool. Massive barracks with some women in tents raising baby dwarfs. Yeah, yeah, that's not the worst description of it. Mind you, they are actually properly set up settlements. The axe that walks is above ground, but some of them are underground as well. Scholars specialize in learning and stewardship contracts and have the most varied camp upgrades. They're intended to play a bit like the early life of Michael Scott. I don't.
Sounds like a
What?
basketball player. I'm not gonna lie.
Um, I'm
I have
sorry,
no
the only
idea who Michael
Michael
Scott
Scott I
is.
can think of is The Office. I'm like, what? The early life of Michael Scott. I'm like, what? Roaming from place to, huh? All I can see is that
Oh, he
gif where he's
was.
just going, the thumbs up.
Oh, now I've got that in my head as well. Um, he was apparently a Scottish mathematician and scholar in the Middle Ages,
Okay.
and educated in Oxford and Paris, and worked in Bologna and Toledo. where you
Oh,
learn Arabic.
well, that is quite a few places he's traveled through. Then, yeah, that makes sense. I
Yeah.
can see that as being a traveling group of scholars that he would be in charge of.
Oh, he knew Latin, Greek, Arabic, and Hebrew.
That's just
Damn.
unfair.
Okay.
What the hell?
Yeah.
What? Can this power be learned? That's
That's
like that
insane.
is very much approaching polyglot territory. What the hell?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so it just looks like you're just like I'm not saying this in a bad way, but you're just like the ultra nerd.
Yes.
Like you just know everything.
What do you mean? You don't mean it as a bad thing? You yourself, Choco, are very much an ultra nerd.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Damn, I just wish I also benefited from the plus 20% lifestyle experience.
You,
Ugh.
I bet you wish. This is how I know you're an
Yeah.
ultra nerd. You wish that you had this bonus. God
I
damn.
saw a very small thing connected to the lifestyle stuff, like just a small modifier, but I don't think which exists currently. Um, which is a flat bonus,
Yes.
like +1 or +2 XP, per
Oh,
month, and like as a modifier.
like how you have
So
there's both like the percentage increase in development growth, and then there's some really rare modifiers that are just like flat plus +0.1 development per month.
yeah, yeah. There was one that was like, yeah, just one more experience point in martial, and I'm assuming that can be scaled. So imagine you just want to like give a modifier
So
to
that is
someone,
actually something
just
for
like
one of the later types, you say?
not camp stuff, but I
Oh,
think you'll get to it. You'll get to it.
okay.
It's a pretty hefty section. Yeah.
Just all right. Just to speed through it a bit more. Yeah, it just gives you more XP. You'll get more learning and stewardship contracts. Makes sense. And most of your events are just related to talking to people instead of throwing hands. Makes sense. And you get some unique types of camp stuff. Siege engineers is funny. So I guess it means that you, as scholars, if you recruit soldiers, would have better. You'd be able to have better siege equipment. He won't get to it. It's quite far down. Well, let's see about that. Um, Explorers get more transport contracts, diplomacy contracts, and intrigue contracts. AI explorers also roam much further than other AI adventurers, and their upgrades help with schemes, provision usage, and mountain fighting. A dishonest explorer might defraud a ruler to rob them of some of his silverware. I said, yes, the boost to traveling sounds nice. You're able to a lot less danger on the water. So I see you could
Oh,
travel quite far on the ocean relatively safely then. Very handy.
that's nice. About
And
to go through like the Gap of Gibraltar,
this is the other thing
just
that made
from
me
like
think of Battle Brothers. Um, the transport contracts. Because
oh yeah yeah
remember from when I used to play, it's like, oh yeah, you always want to try and like clean out an area of contract and then take a contract that takes you someplace else
yeah
to
yeah
maximize
yeah.
profits. It's like I can see that happening here too, where you're just like, all right, you're a mercenary
Oh
band, you take
yeah.
all the contracts in the area and then get paid by Joe Schmo because he wants to go to Alexandria to study or something.
Oh, that'll be like a really interesting way to like kind of it's not always just moving to like you're moving because there are like because you don't have any contracts. It's like moving for a contract and then
Yeah.
just ending up in a different location, which is
Hmm.
nice.
I really hope that there's some times where transport contracts can take you far distances because that'd be pretty neat to
Mm.
me.
Yeah, no,
Um,
that would be really cool.
and of course, reminding us yet again that new Destiny characters sometimes will be landless as well. Because if you ask for it to give you a new Destiny, you can sometimes get just landless characters who are interesting for one reason or another. And though I also
Oh,
remember, they specified that the new Destiny characters, you can tweak the settings for who it shows you, and to even just have unrelated characters to you, which is something I'd be very interested in experimenting with. Where you, because I always tried but never quite followed through with something where I used to. One of the reasons I started doing YouTube to begin with, it's not too big of a tangent, I swear, was because there was a particular YouTuber who at the time was called 1D2, 1D2 Games, and he would play CK2 games where he would play through a campaign basically as one dude, and then once he finished that, he would go someplace else and just to find some interesting character that he'd continue playing in the same save as. And this new Destiny thing sounds like a perfect way to force myself to try such things, where after I've accomplished some goal, all right, that character has died, and I'm like, all right, who next, kind of thing.
Yeah, no, it's I really hope like with the new Destiny thing, and because they show a picture later on, but they also showed one like a few dev diaries back about like the new Destiny screenwriter, and it's like your primary heir, like one of your children, and in the third one, at least from the second picture they show in this dev diary, seems to be usually a landless adventure like focused character. So that could be really cool, where it looks to be like it goes from like primary heir to one of your heirs inherits a title or is already landed, and then your third one is, if he's interesting, he'll be landless. And I find that really cool for continuing a campaign, because you could like, I mean, everyone knows building an empire is like pretty easy, but imagine like after like 3 generations, you formed Britannia, made the ultimate culture, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna play as this third nobody's son that no one knows about, no one cares about, and I'm just gonna build up my mercenary band and take over this empire with a sword. I'm just gonna execute everyone that wronged me. Like ultimate power trip fantasy. Like
Yeah,
uh,
it's that sort of thing could be a lot of fun for sure. It's I can totally imagine it being great to be able to play a just absolute bottom of the barrel landless character in a realm that you once had built up. Uh, and of course, freebooters here, in the context of realms, as previously discussed. That yeah, yeah. The best examples of these for sure would be the Corsairs, and the Corsairs and orcs, roving bands of orcs.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I was about to spoil something, but I'll leave it for you to like read about,
Spoil
because it's
it.
something.
All right. I'll speed up a bit. I'll try speeding up a bit. Legitimists are a bit special. They're your exiled king returns with an army type. Require an adventurer to have at least one pressed claim against a kingdom tier title of some kind, so they're not open to mere former dukes or counts. They're also explicitly intended to be for players and AI who don't want to stay adventuring for any length of time under any circumstances. They have a goal in mind, and they will have it within their lifetime, whether it be a throne they lost or a crown they consider to be theirs by right. Right, right. They've no weights on the contracts they receive, but instead have a unique contract where other rulers will offer to support them in their quest in exchange for gold upon its completion. This is gonna suck, man. This is gonna suck. You're gonna be hanging out like we're gonna start the mega campaign, and I'm gonna be the caliph of West Africa, and I'm just gonna be
Oh
hanging
my
out
word!
with my massive amount of kids and grandkids and so forth, and I'm gonna be blobbing across the region, and then suddenly one of these gooftastic kids is just gonna like pop up one day with like an army of like one of my powerful dukes or something, and he's gonna be like, give me that kingdom. Daddy should have given me that kingdom. You shouldn't have all of them. And
I
it's
mean,
gonna
hey, that'll
suck.
be pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it would be pretty
Imagine
funny,
it's
but
because I mean, let's be honest. As a CK3 player, do you really care about like your 15th son? You usually only
no, I
care
don't.
about the one
Yeah.
that you like. It's like I care about you because I had to assassinate the first three. Like you're gonna inherit now because it's too much work.
I
So like
have
the 15th son.
I very much like if you're playing it's an Islamic country, especially you're Islamic dude with your three secondary wives. You're gonna have so many kids, and then all of those kids who get landed at all, even as counts, are gonna have their own set of wives. So you're gonna be able to have so many grandkids. Within the first 50 years
Yeah.
of that mega campaign, I'm gonna have so many kids, so many descendants, I'm sure. But here you've got your camp upgrades, yeah, like bodyguards, proof of claims. You just have a building that's just your proof of claims. You just have a big old stack of
To-
stuff
yeah.
that proves your
Totally
legitimacy.
trustworthy guys. Wink, wink. Like,
Legitimists may also proactively ask for this aid instead of being offered it, in which case you'll need to stump up a hefty sum of prestige for an audience with your prospective sponsor. After a time limit between 4 and 8 years, depending on how negotiations go, each backer will start to become antsy and begin requesting their return. This gives you a final chance to launch your invasion with whatever you have readied. Try to negotiate a slight delay, or else face penalties. If you renege on your deal, you start losing entire prestige levels per backer, as well as other assorted nasty ill effects. Great, great. These goons can have multiple backers at once. But wonderful.
oh my
So
word.
yeah, in that exact situation I'm talking about, where most of my country is just going to be various members of my family who all are going to hate me because I'm in charge, or they're 100% going to back random Joe Schmo to be like, yeah, he should rule this random kingdom. You've got too
Oh
many
my.
kingdoms. Yeah,
I'm just imagining a
I'm not
like
going to make it
Tani
easy, Joe.
Hazard Im resort situation where the first seven inherit and the youngest seven are like, hey, listen, we're gonna rule. And just everyone supports them. Oh, that would be
You're gonna
amazing.
have Emirates uncle. Emirates uncle is gonna be just like,
Oh,
gonna rock
whatever.
up like, nope. Wait, no, they wouldn't have a claim on a duchy. The people that have a claim on a duchy would be um
I
just
it
just
it has to be okay. It has to be kingdom tier at least.
mm-hmm.
Now, Joffrey, who's the one king in Tani Hazard who has a bastard child that is considered legitimate?
But they're not of his dynasty. I don't know if we gave him claims.
The kid is of his dynasty because
Yeah.
his wife is
Well,
also of his dynasty.
I think someone manually changed him to not be of the
Oh
dynasty,
damn,
which is like,
damn.
this ain't gonna fly because the both because
Uh,
the mother is of his dynasty, so he should be,
yeah,
and I want him to be because he sometimes would get elected before someone changed it. I need to start.
I'm
I
gonna go
haven't been
back and
modding the
change
last
that.
couple weeks. I need to go back and just make a post, be like, this is bad, guys. We need to fix this. He needs to be of Saragul's dynasty. And no one's got any idea in the chat. No one understands what the hell this is talking about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's this dude Saragul in Thani Hazard, the new region in Realms in Exile, and that we're working on, and his wife has decided to practice the local religion with a different man. If you catch my drift. So
That's a very eloquent way of saying it.
it's
Like,
true. It's true.
yeah, no, it's true, it's true, it's true.
All right. But most of this I could just skip through. It's just yeah. I don't know. Mercenaries in particular may find it hard to get off the ground without a little seed of money, and as such can benefit from time spent as freebooters or explorers so they can afford to build an army. Makes a lot of sense. Hard for you to find people who you know, want to pay you to join their wars when you're just a guy. Hey, I'll help
Yeah,
you in
yeah,
your
like
war. Me?
like the 15th son of like the sultan of not sultan of the ruler of like Maghreb.
It could be a
Like,
sultan.
oh, you can. But Joffrey, I'm just playing out your nightmare. I know
Oh,
it's gonna happen. Like with your streamer luck, it's gonna happen. Like,
but with my streamer luck, I'm
like
gonna get killed while I'm trying to invade the Canary Islands. The Ibn-based family will find itself uh, meeting a terrible end long before Hendrix's Khwarezmian mercenaries can make their way to me.
oh Lord.
No joke. I want I just Jocko. My plan. If Hendrix makes his way over to me with his landless adventurer band, because he's planning on being a landless adventurer band of Khwarezmian mercs. If he makes his way to the Maghreb to support me, I plan on making myself a pseudo Ottoman-esque realm that has like the instead of Janissaries, you have Khwarezmians, and
Oh, that is so based. Oh my word.
and that one of the disasters I'd face in the EU fourth segment of the mega campaign would be the chance of the Khwarezmians taking over and becoming a military state.
Oh my word.
Like how the
This is
Janissaries tried to
amazing.
take over the Ottomans. Which would be really funny because if that happens, then it would mean that Vicky 3 I would start as a military government. But anyway, um, United Khan at its greatest extent versus Golden Aragon. What do you mean? What do you? That's not a con.
That's
Really
not a
con?
challenge. That's not a challenge. That's breakfast to Gondor. Like,
What is this? Under any circumstances, Con isn't a match for Gondor under any circumstances. Like power level wise, if you want to be like what is Con probably comparable to in regards to like military, I'd bet we're talking like all right. If you just take the eastern coast, no, let's go like okay, like the southern length of Gondor, like Anphalas, Belfalas, Lebanon, and then whatever parts of Harondor. I'd say like you that like maybe Khand is more of like on par with that by the War of the Ring, I'd say. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Khand sweep? No, no. Khand doesn't sweep shit except Lerm Sakun.
bad. Fine word.
Embracing the road. There we go. Here we go. Simplest way to become a landless adventurer is on Succession via the Choose a New Destiny feature. I believe we've talked about this previously, but as a reminder to anyone who may have missed it, this essentially allows you to pick a character within your dynasty to continue as, other than your normal player heir. Suitably interesting landless family members will be shown with the option to immediately become adventurers. This is great. This is just great. Wait, his name
Yeah, I
is
can't wait
Girth?
for this.
I'm sorry, I can't play Toastic. This man's name is Girth.
Oh Lord. Oh, I can't wait for this to happen in the mega. It's gonna be so funny. Like someone's because like now it's not even game over if you like lose your realm. It's just like, hey, can you come back hard enough? Like in a mega, but also like any campaign. Like imagine, I think they say it somewhere in like one of the fuller paragraphs, but it's like, let's say you set it yourself up for a challenge run in CK3 Vanilla, like in 1066 trying to restore the Wessex dynasty. Maybe you lose to like William or um what's his name, Halbrand or uh the like
Halbrand?
flowing hair.
Eh?
Not
Halbrand?
not Halbrand. No, no. What's the
Halfdan.
Viking invader?
Halfdan?
Yeah. Him. Like if you lose against one of the yes, Harold Hardrada.
Oh,
Thank you, Denton.
oh, that
Yeah.
start
Sorry, in
date.
1066.
Sorry,
Yeah, in 1066.
1066 start date.
Um, yeah. But like now, if you lose against them, it's like okay, cool, it's fine. I've still got a claim on the kingdom of like England. I'll just come back later and fight you for it. As this, like just literally Norman invasion 2.0 Electric Boogaloo, but instead it's Anglo-Saxon. retaking the motherland.
And all you need to do is find some disloyal subjects of the current ruler, or maybe some nearby kingdom that might be interested in fighting there for your support in the future. Maybe, maybe. I don't now tragically, I had been a couple people had been considering with me making in the mega campaign the everyone start as a landless character, but Dark seems to really not like that idea, and he's probably in the chat too. So he's probably gonna hear me say
Yeah.
this, and he's gonna respond with like, "No, no, no, no! I want to do it, but I
I
also
mean,
don't want to make him mad." And he'd
yeah. I mean,
complain if I tried
apparently,
to do that.
yeah. They apparently do have some really interesting starts with the Landless. Like El Cid, Rollo, obviously depending on what start dates, and like a bunch of others. They actually show a screen of Landless adventures like in the start dates. It's pretty nice.
Oh, select random destiny. That was the thing I was thinking of, where you can get selected for just a random character in general. Runaway princelings. If you have many children, especially several who are far down the line of succession, some of them may ask your permission to embark as an adventurer. Particularly driven characters would rather seek their own fortune in the broader world rather than sitting back for uh, decade after decade in comfortable irrelevance while waiting for an inheritance that will likely never come. An adult child who won't inherit and is young enough to dream asks for permission to form his own adventuring company. Even if you deny them, some will run away regardless. After all, they wouldn't be asking if they weren't serious about it. Whether you allow them to or forbid them, any that do will give you the option to switch to playing as the renegade child. You get your going his own way. Nud. Nud's still weighing on my mind. Yes. The humble bugger disappeared overnight. I am informed that the humble bugger disappeared overnight. The fool disobeyed my explicit wishes to go off into the wilderness and play with a band of rogues. The insolent brat. Yes. Certainly has some spirit, and then you can play as them. Right. The rogue princeling. Ah, yeah. So, rogue prince. Doesn't remind me of any characters in any TV shows at all. The Thieves of Pleasure. Oh God. Oh God. Um,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
is there a
That's
screenshot? Yeah, you can make custom. You can make custom ones. You've got the. You've got Walada of the Thieves of Pleasure. Oh. There's a. Okay, so when you are in a bookmark, you can see character, like when you click on them, I guess. Yeah, that's probably what this. This
yeah,
is
yeah.
probably. Yeah. This is the bookmark. So on the bookmark screen, you'll have a list of just characters and then your list of landless rulers. Um, so in Cordoba. So yeah, that's really cool. Oh, estate location Byzantium. They show you people like who have estates as well. That's really cool too. That's all in this category. So you've got this, the Thieves of Pleasure, I guess. She's 65 years old and yet has green health. Dear God. Um, yeah, you've got the Alopos family in Byzantion, the
Oh, that's cool.
Seekers
It
of Truth.
actually I didn't notice this earlier. They actually say which one is like an estate versus a camp.
Mm-hmm. Because the camp location or estate location and estate followers,
Yeah.
camp followers, very nice stuff. And of course, you've got your create your own adventurer thing. Fun, 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 fun. Hello, Armas. Yes. Yes. She will steal all the pleasure from you. Yes, she steals fun. I certainly hope Hastine isn't made into a landless adventurer. That would kind of suck. He's so
Yeah, that
cool.
would. We need more Hastings content.
Why did you suddenly sound exactly like Koi Fish there? We need more Hastine
I,
content.
I've been working on my accent. It's a koi fish video a day keeps the accent progressing. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes.
I wanted to make that rhyme, but that didn't really roll off the tongue.
Right. For some people, the lure of adventure is strong, even for those who already got land, just as long as they don't have very much of it. And for these cultures, we've added the decision to abandon their small realms and take to the road. Since only small, lowish tier rulers can take the decision, you'll never see the High King of the North Sea voluntarily abandoning his empire to go backpacking around the Caucasus. The following tenets will have access: struggle and submission, and Fedayeen. Okay. Fedayeen is I think that's the assassin thing from Legacy of Persia.
That
Struggle and
might be it,
submission
yeah.
is interesting as well. These are quite simply just like a lot of Muslim religions will just let you
Yeah,
fuck off, which is interesting.
yeah, that's true.
And they're also considering giving it to a vow of poverty, asceticism, and mendicant preachers. That could work. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Mendicant
true.
preachers is the one that less so because there's no like religious preaching themed
There is
adventures in
actually a
that.
decision. They go into a bit more detail, but there is a decision themed around specifically doing something for your religion.
Hmm.
Something pretty hefty as well.
Oh, cultural traditions. Futawa. That's what that's one that get damn. That's even more just Arabic factions. It's just like, oh, just become landless, whatever. Heard.
It's
Oh,
they've anticipated the 15 children you'll have. So
they have, yeah. They've
yeah, yeah.
anticipated the 15 children I have, and they're like, yep. The random count who got this shitty little county someplace that is your fifth son. He can just decide to leave if he's ambitious and fickle, maybe that sort of thing.
Hmm.
But herd is interesting. Anglo-Saxons also fit that category, and swords for hire,
Hey.
unsurprisingly. This is it. Yes. Oh, I didn't even think about this. This is something I very much want to. I want to look at modifiers to. I'll want to look at the modifiers for a character to decide to become a landless adventurer, and for so like random like NPCs, your
Yeah, yeah.
random courtiers and such. I want to like make a Blacklock specific cultural tenant that, among other things, is just like makes them more likely to abandon their land and become landless adventurers.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, that could be fun.
Same with their courtiers. So it's just more likely to just have Blacklock war mansions just spit out landless adventurers to a degree. All your landed titles pass to a new local ruler. Okay. That would work for the Blacklocks too then, because if it's a new local ruler, that would mean you would give it up to another Blacklock character. So voluntary adventurer for 5 years. All right, all right. Normans now have access to the audacious cadets tradition. What? Among various other Normandy things, like making them much more eager warmongers and buffing their heavy cav, this both enables the decision to abandon your lands and encourages the younger sons of the barons, specifically, okay, to frequently go off and seek their fortune abroad, like the de Hautevilles and countless others. Makes sense? Makes sense. Everyone knows the famous conquest of Sicily. Landless Glorfindel when
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Oh my no, please.
I mean, surely he should be
It'll be
serving Elrond. Surely he's not wandering
yeah.
around.
I mean, like the thing is, we know he's in Elrond's court at least. for the Fellowship of the Ring. So
Yeah. Hmm. I don't know. Now, now, what if we made it possible? I wonder if it would be theoretically possible to somehow make wasteland provinces, just empty wasteland counties, have a chance of, or maybe wasteland underground counties specifically have a chance of just like a low chance, we wouldn't want it to happen often, but a low chance of just randomly spawning a landless adventurer, orcs, goblins, or even trolls, since we've got that culture in. I just don't know what other, there could be some
oh
risks with having random
yeah,
landless adventurer trolls showing up because we haven't done much with their culture other than them showing
yeah.
up in events, but you know.
I mean, the spawning of the stuff. I hope it's an effect. They don't go into much on it with
Hmm.
like spawning stuff, like how landless exactly happens for AI in terms of script stuff like modding. But I agree that would be really cool. Like it's like I think the prime example that everyone's thinking of is like Eriador, right? Like as Aragorn. Like how cool would it be if just like periodically there like an orc band spawns and then they've got like a timer or something for 5 or 10 years or whatever where they like declare war against you. Um I don't know, for like raid captives, like the raid captive CB or something.
Having roving
And then
bands of orcs and just bandits showing up in Eriador would be very interesting. Could
yeah.
because you
I
could
will say
have you can
yeah.
have just the ruffians that uh, work with Bill Ferny to take over Bree. Could just have Bill Ferny just start as a landless dude. I mean, actually, he's a kid, but like his dad could be one. Uh, but the point is, Mr. Bill Ferny, who like, I for a long time was I just never got around to it. Planning on making an event where he has a chance of taking over Bree, but
Yeah, I will say, and I completely forgot to ask this on the mod co-op. Um, and it's said like towards the end of the dev drive, I think it's like in the last paragraph, they made it at least is, but it's you're not able to raid as a landless adventurer. Um, and they give some pretty solid reasons why,
well,
like in
yeah,
terms of mechanical and gameplay,
they
like
yeah
because to make it short, it's raiding's difficulty comes from going far away and then trying to get back to your spot, right, with all your gold. Problem is, as a landless, your like kingdom moves with you,
exactly
so you just
yeah.
raid and it just instantly gets deposited, which is obviously very OP.
Just doesn't really work.
Yeah, sadly, but I'm hoping we can like enable that to make absolutely cracked or creators that just have 10k gold after like 5 years, because they're just able to raid everyone.
Occasionally, we end up with pool characters wandering the map as guests that have just ungodly amounts of gold on them. Now, sometimes those characters will decide that the cash is burning a hole in their pocket and use it to fund adventuring company instead. Makes a lot of sense. So you don't have as many random characters just in people's courts with stupid amounts of gold they can't do anything with. And losing your last title, once and former king. Lastly, of course, you can always become an adventurer the classic way that I'm sure you were all expecting. If you lose your last county and you're not an administrative family, you'll be given the option to continue with that character by forming an adventuring band instead of gaming over. We're switching to a new one. The AI will sometimes do this too if their personality suits it. This can be the result of title revocation, conquest, or even exile. If a character's last title is stripped away, and they're either a player or a suitably driven individual, then you may see them pop back up as an adventurer. and then they try to kick your ass.
I like the art. Actually, nice.
You've I like this.
Okay.
You've got the mother just sitting on this cart, and
Yeah,
and their
like
daughter,
the
I guess,
child playing with the crown.
looks like a daughter with the crown. So I get this is the heir, and she's got her little doll. One day I will reclaim my lands. Hmm. Time has passed. So you just give up at the time has passed. One day I will reclaim my lands. So one day I'll reclaim my lands. It's you just continue as this character, and then I suppose all of these other three options are just to give you more potential characters from your family that could that you think would be better to lead your family going forward as a
Yeah.
landless adventurer. That makes sense. But yeah, she does look like a very happy wife. Though the fact that she's here makes me suspect, and the person up front doesn't look particularly fancy, makes me suspect that this is the the queen, the king is dead, and all that's left is his queen and their daughter, and they're all going off on an adventure now. Now, how do people become landed again? Moving out. If it's too easy, then it's got no narrative weight. Do you effort? Want something greater, you should have to work for it a little. As with becoming a lance adventurer, there are many paths to leaving a life on the road, some violent and some not. As a general rule of thumb, the thing most have in common is that the size of the realm you're trying to acquire is gated by your prestige level. Adventurers with less fame are, at best, upstarts with no matter the amount of gold or troops they have. Inheritance. The first and most obvious way is to inherit land. Um, for those who don't want to inherit back into land, you've got the Gallivanter trait, obtainable via the reject inheritance decision. If you press the reject inheritance decision, you get a trait. Oh, that's great. This works like voluntary disinheritance. Yeah, you just are an adventurer and you're like, nope, nope, screw that.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
coming back.
Like I ain't dealing with these vassals. Already dealt with it for 2,000 hours. No more.
I
Leave me
just
alone.
I just want to travel the world and do Marco Polo shenanigans.
Yeah,
Whenever they add China, you will. I want to 100% play an explorer and just travel from Scotland to China just cause you need because you need to go from Ireland to Cathay, as all those
yeah,
events. Your
yeah.
tales of your misdeeds are told from Ireland to Cathay. The Northern Dunedain are probably not going to be made landless adventurers. Uh, we basically, James, if the amount of Northern Dunedain were few enough that they shouldn't have land with their culture, we wouldn't have given them land with their culture and would have worked around it some other way. But
Yeah.
the
And
the amount of counties that you see in game with Northern Dúnedain culture is meant to be representative of how many we think like have established societies. There could be more added that are landless adventurers than we already have. Is
yeah.
kind of the situation.
And also just to add on to that, um somewhat another reason why we wouldn't want to do it is simply because Landless is locked behind the DLC. So like Joffrey said, we might add like onto the counties more landless Dunedain, but if we made the existing ones all landless, then people that didn't have the DLC simply wouldn't be able to play them.
That's also true. Would be DLC gating the Northern Dunedain, which would be rather sad.
Yeah, yeah.
Adventurer invasions. Adventurers cannot access most common casus belli. Legitimists may use their claim CB, but that's a bit niche. For many, not least because becoming a legitimist requires a kingdom claim or better, and your choice of target is naturally constrained as you have no realm priest, you cannot fabricate new claims on command, nor would anyone take you seriously if you did. Instead, our landless wanderers have access to the new Adventurer Invasion CBs, which work fairly similarly to some of the other Invasion CBs. You select an existing target title held by a character or one of their vassals, and conquer or usurp anything with that title. If this is their only top tier title, you will attempt to conquer the realm as a whole, naturally. Any rule achieved by this is extremely illegitimate. The caveat here is that, as I've mentioned, we gate what you attack by your prestige level. Targeting a county only requires your fame to be distinguished. A duchy needs illustrious, a kingdom requires exalted among men, and an empire mandates you be a living legend. Well, well, well. But if you become exalted among men, a kingdom tier invasion CB as an unlanded character. Huh. I don't know, maybe Hastine could function as a landless adventurer then. Hmm. Well. Huh. This is very interesting. Hmm. We're gonna have to see how we do the ring quest in the end, Paul, but making it related to landless adventurers in some way is definitely on our mind. Uh, though we will have to get our hands on the code to get a better idea for sure how we could theoretically do it. Yes, your 150 dudes gotta take on the Byzantine Empire, obviously. And he quite simply doesn't even have enough prestige to do a county invasion. They've made these CBs extremely expensive because landless adventurers don't normally have ways of losing prestige all that much. Makes sense. But you can get discounts from lifestyle perks, cultural traditions, and all the other usual ways. Sponsored invasions! Yes! Of course. Of course, not every adventurer is determined to carve out a realm for themselves alone. If you're smart and at least a little humble, then you can help your odds by finding a sponsor. This is a king or higher who will pledge to either loan you soldiers, or if they really like you, fight at your side. Should you win, your legitimacy won't be quite as cataclysmic either. Request invasion sponsorship. King Kresimir IV of Croatia. Yes. I must, I must, yes, support my invasion of the Byzantine Empire, yes. Caliph of Egypt. They'll say yes, interestingly. I wonder if they're just using
And that's a
cheats.
lot of people saying yes.
Surely they're just using cheats to make them say yes, because surely the Caliph of Egypt, with his minus
Oh
43
no, no,
opinion of you, isn't gonna.
that's a target. That's a target.
Oh, that's just saying that they're valid as a
Yeah,
someone to
yeah,
ask.
yeah. Maybe it's like if you pick them, the Byzantine ruler will like support you in some way. Like they're valid to pick and you'll be supported.
Oh,
Since this is like a request invasion
you're
sponsorship.
right. This is you asking the Byzantines to sponsor you to just invade Croatia because reasons. In exchange, you become your sponsor's vassal on success. A small price to pay for security and aid, surely. Finding a sponsor requires a prestige of illustrious, but as you can imagine, most rulers are quite open to the idea of gaining a land title. So it's not too difficult to find someone willing to take advantage of you. They don't need your help with lesser realms, so you can only receive sponsorships against a kingdom or an empire. Direct purchase. Inside feudal, clan, and even tribal realms, you've got the direct route of cold, hard coin. A county is somewhat affordable, but purchasing a duchy will cost you a fortune. No character will sell you a kingdom. Purchasing land from a ruler is reasonably circumstantial, but still doable. They won't part with lands for just any reason, especially if those lands are dear to them. The wealthier a county or duchy is, the more closely it aligns with their faith and culture, especially if you do not, and the further away from their capital it is, the more malices they'll pack on that even offering you double the sum might not help with it. 24th, oh, 2,400, not 24,000. 2,400. Yes.
24K
Yeah,
would be
24K for this duchy.
yeah.
That's a fair price. So we put 20,
Yeah.
24,000
I
gold.
mean, oh, I agree. I
Pay
agree.
double. Even paying
Still won't
double.
accept.
They won't give you the Shadam of Georgia. Unsurprisingly, because this man looks rather Greek. So I
Yeah.
imagine that yeah, it's less likely that people are gonna want to that someone would want to give the Shadam of Georgia to some random Greek dude.
Oh, they do reference. I think this might be like if you
You got hooks as
look in
well
the
though.
screenshot. There's like, there's due to the Tbilisians, like people's abysmal opinion of you. So that might be your culture's acceptance between the two of you.
Yeah, that's
So that
probably
could be,
yeah the cultural
yeah,
acceptance of the capital of that duchy with your culture makes sense,
yeah,
and because they hate you, they're less likely to give it to you.
yeah, yeah. Obviously, yeah,
But if it is your culture, then I imagine they'd be much more likely, relatively speaking.
yeah.
This is probably also taking religion into account, I'm sure. Okay, sway scheme, adopt the local faith, learn the target's language, offer them some more money, or picking a less valuable place to buy. Yeah. Provided your new business partner's tier is higher than yours, you'll buy in as their vassal. Setting up an administrative family. Inside administrative realms, land works a little differently. The great magnates have their estates, sure, but they don't directly own entire counties in the same way that other rulers do. Instead of purchasing a title from an administrative realm directly, you acquire the permission to purchase a sizable estate of your own, turning you into another one of the realm's great families. From here, you enter the influence game and can compete for your own governorates, maybe even the empire itself. As usual, albeit as an outsider for some time. Administrative outsider for 15 years. Mere 75 gold. That's not. It's not enough. Impress with your prestige. Rock up and just be like, yes, look how famous I am. Surely you want me in as one of your families. Yeah.
Just pull down a list of like majestic deeds you've done, and it's like, look upon glorious me.
I must travel from all the way from Burma to the Byzantines and be like, look how famous I am. Now make me one of your great families.
Yeah. Oh my word, or just a Mongol great family in the Byzantine Empire. Can't wait to see it.
What you've got to do, Jocko, in the mega campaign. You've got to
Yeah,
migrate
yeah,
as a
yeah.
Mongol guy all the way down to the Byzantines and then become one of the great families.
Genghis Khan, but he's the one that discovered Greek yogurt.
Well, Paul, if you like Burma, then you but stay tuned for like whatever. What is it? It's like it's a month and a half when this DLC comes out. Because once this DLC comes out on my own Discord server, we're gonna be having a big old multiplayer game, a mega campaign from CK3 all the way through Hearts of Iron that starts with this DLC. when this DLC comes out, and there is a player who is going to be starting in as Burma. It's going to be very funny. He has schemes. Great Holy War beneficiaries. Oh, okay. Adventurers may choose themselves as their beneficiary in a Great Holy War. So you can choose to join a crusade uh, or as a landless dude, I guess, and be like, please, make me. Yeah. This means a suitably vicious mercenary company could, under the right circumstances, transition into a very effective Kingdom of Jerusalem. Imagine. Imagine. Offered a settlement. As a landed ruler, you don't have to wait for an adventurer to approach you about your domain, whether they're carrying sword or silver. If you wish, you can try to settle them yourself. Hmm. So I guess if you've got some bandits roaming around in your country, you got some Norse bandits roving around in Normandy, and you're like, please leave. Just like, oh, take this land. No, stop stealing shit.
Yeah, sounds like that.
A landed
Which is
ruler
a
settles a
nice
passing
interaction.
adventurer that they've befriended. How wholesome. Seize realm scheme, excuse me. This is extremely powerful because it allows you to usurp another realm in a high-stakes coup, albeit with difficult requirements. The target tier has the same requirement logic as an adventure invasion CB, although it cannot target administrative realms. So you'll need to have accrued an ample prestige. Actually getting agents to support you will also probably take quite a bit of cash and assorted other resources, but with such prizes on the line. The major caveat to attempting to seize the realm is that there will be those who resist. You may seize the throne, but especially in large realms with hefty cultural and religious fault lines, many parts of the realm are likely to splinter away. Generally not enough to render all your efforts pointless, but certainly enough to provide you with a challenge in the form of reunification. Hmm.
I like that effect. It makes sense in a context, which is nice. You know, if it's like a landless upstart drive like coming up, like he usurps the throne. You know, it's like this generational old like duke family probably wouldn't bow down to like this random nobody coming from the highlands of the steppe.
Uh,
So
Here we do have an example of France splintering quite aggressively.
yeah,
Also,
reminds me of like
also
867.
the fact that so Montaigu um is independent now, mind you, but there is no dude in the northwest corner of Brittany. Wait, this is ducal
Oh,
Brittany. One start date
yeah.
has ducal Brittany, one of it has king tier Brittany. I don't remember.
It's 867. It has
Oh,
king tier, I think.
this is the whole wait, this is the start with the Holy Roman Empire. Never mind. I was about to
Yeah.
make like a Hastings is no longer here because they removed the other dude too. Huh?
Oh,
But no, the HRE is here. So yeah, this is the
damn.
this is
So
1066.
France, yeah, France got annihilated because
Yeah,
Brittany is also. Wait, it is no. Brittany
I
isn't a
think Brittany's
vassal of
independent.
France.
I think Brittany's
Yeah,
independent
yeah.
on that start.
But still, like that's a good half, a bit more than a half of your entire kingdom. Still, going from landless to half of a normal kingdom is still pretty good.
When you become landed, you gain newly relocalized veteran adventurer trait. This is the former adventurer trait and reflects your learnings and life experiences from your time living outside the strictures of landed life. Follower. Roussel spent some time in Duke Robert's camp when he was a veteran adventurer, being part of his entourage when he became landed. Neat.
Ah, that's nice.
Huh.
That's some nice RP.
Yeah.
Like if you want to like keep track of the old band of misfits or
Get the
whatever.
band back together again, guys.
Yeah. Oh, honestly, that's so badly gonna be a run. Like Stars Landless forming like a kingdom. Realize, nah, this is too much work. Let's go back to roaming. Just bring the old band back together.
And because it's got some fairly powerful bonuses that we didn't want to reduce or balance around, we've made the trait a reward for concluding your journey rather than a welcome prize for merely setting out on it. Your camp is liquidated, returning a portion of the gold you spent on it, and you keep any followers you had as an adventurer as new courtiers. Being a mercenary. Okay. How much is left now? Holy fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
Holy fuck. Holy fuck. It just keeps going. It just keeps going.
I I hope you know in the dev responses for the comments, Wokeg, the guy that wrote this, said after this dev diary they had to implement a word limit because the dev diaries were getting too long. I think the dev diary is around 10,000 words.
Why can't they write this like why can't they do this on the EU5 dev diaries, Jocko? Why can't they be this long on the for my Tinto talks? There's so much
Because
stuff. It just keeps going.
CK3 is just a special child, like in a good way, in a good way.
Yeah. Also, it's an officially announced and released game, so that probably helps.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, that might play a
but,
small part
but
in it.
tomorrow it is Tuesday, right? Yeah. Tomorrow though they are talking about colonization, so that's a big one. I'm very excited for that.
Oh
But
yeah.
anyway, yes it is. Yes. CK3 better than EU5. All right, Dentineer. All right, I'll agree with you on that because CK3 exists. So All right, let's go over the military differences for landless adventurers. I'm interested in this for sure. They don't have access to levies or lesser noblemen to fill out their units, so they take a more active role in recruitment. The Swords for Hire camp purpose obviously specializes in this type of thing. But both freebooters, surprisingly, scholars can make a pretty solid go of it. Yeah, I'm interested. Yeah. Scholars, they did show there was something about it was like martial learning building that you could make, and also siege engineers. So, yeah, I guess you could be wandering people who are trying to learn the ways of war.
Yeah. It's got. I will say the buildings look really nice in terms of like just varied bonuses and
Okay.
how they benefit you. Which is always
Elephant,
nice to see.
elephantry captain officer position, and you may recruit elephant cavalry men at arms. Excellent, excellent. Byzantium. Yes. Oh, you could go be a mercenary band that like travels to India or Southeast Asia, and then on your journey, you can make an elephantry reserve building and then bring it back with you to Europe. That
That's amazing. I will say, I one thing I absolutely just love that they did with Men at Arms for Landless is that the last sentence at the top of your screen, which is take the custom where it comes, allows adventurers to buy Men at Arms from the culture of their current location. That is so cool. Like imagine you're going through Persia, buying a few knights, go up to like Byzantine. I don't know if they'll probably have some unique men at arms. Then into like what Poland to buy their light horsemen, going to Scandinavia, buy some Vikings. It's just like so cool.
okay, okay.
Just the rag band.
Axe that walks, Jocko, the axe that walks. This even more so emphasizes this is perfect because I already made his starting army just full of dudes. I made it just full of dudes from the various dwarven houses. Now I could expand on that even more that now. If he starts as just a landless adventurer dude who's hanging out probably I guess vaguely nearby the Dorwinian mountains, He could, if we're able to, because I know we got to see how the actual code works, Jocko. But yeah, if the copium is strong and we've got decent modifiers for
Yeah,
just giving people troops, I might be able to just give him just very specific non-starting army troops. I also want him to have a starting army, but like give him just like some men at arms that he has recruited from his travels as well as the starting army. So you can have some, yeah, Blacklock engineers. He needs the broad beam marksmen. He needs
yeah. Oh no,
he needs some Longbeard chariots. Yeah, that sort of thing.
my word, I can't wait to play Blacklock now. I can't wait to do like whenever this is later when we do the com patch. Um, I can't wait for the Realms MP and everyone's just playing Blacklock mercenaries,
It's the
just
only
going
way.
around.
It's the only
Yeah,
way, right?
yeah,
Or there'll be
it
like that
is.
one dude who will pick a black Numenorian character and then choose to play landlessly in Eriador, and
Oh my
and
word.
then colonize it.
Calls himself Agendour.
Of course, yeah. Agand
Yeah.
fucking landless adventurer, dude. In fucking Angmar, random landless adventurer Angmarim culture. Whoa, guys, look at me and my epic OC. All right.
Oh Lord.
Jocko,
Sends Vector down a spire.
you've got to keep people entertained for a bit. I've got to use the bathroom for a moment, so
Oh
I
crap. I
apologize.
couldn't
No,
do that.
I know it puts you on the spot. I gotta use the bathroom and fill up my water bottle. Now behave yourself.
I'll try to. I'll try to. Damn. So what's up? Holy crap, there's 27 people watching? That's insane. Um, I can't tell you jokes. I am so socially awkward. I can tell you I've been continued working on a Valinorian invasion thing. And I wanted to put this in like hashtag discussion or something. But Valinorian invasion won't be the only thing available since it's a game rule. Just just gonna leave you with that. Just think of the possibilities. And only you guys will know. No one will trust you when you tell someone else that I said it. Oh, so true, Beast of Rome, honestly. We're all CK3 players. What's grass? I've never seen the color green in my life. True. You know, it's funny. I get bullied so much for this on the dev team. I have not read the Lord of the Ring books. I've only gotten like halfway through The Hobbit. It's it's sad.
I can hear everything you're saying. 'Cause I have- little
Hi
do you
everyone,
know,
run!
I am not just listening to my computer from speakers. I have gooftastic headphones in. There's a little you can see them just wrapped around
Oh,
my ear.
yeah. Oh, that's actually so cool. What the hell?
They don't actually go
Damn.
inside the ear.
Yeah, yeah. There's so
They're
but
really
still
weird.
that's really. I
They're
mean,
called
that
like
looks really cool.
bone something headphones. I don't remember, but they're really neat. They just if I wear
Yeah, I
them for
mean they
too
do
long
look.
and I play the sound for too long too high on them, then they vibrate a lot and it messes and then they get sore. Yeah, yeah. Surely the Valinorian invasion has to be a landless. He's gonna he's gonna show up as a landless dude, right? It's gonna be landless invasion. Autumnal hobbits when? That is a very good question. That is a very serious question. And the dev team has been discussing this constantly All like we always debate how to properly handle the serious topic of autumnal hobbits. Yes.
Yeah, but we've unfortunately decided we first need the mechanics to interbreed dragons and hobbits first, because that is clearly of a higher quality interaction and does not go against anything in Lord of the Rings.
The 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 Valinor invasion, um, it's not Tuor. It's not Tuor. I forget the guy's name right now, but
Yonway, the Maiar.
yeah,
Yeah,
Eonway, the guy who is just the best with weapons, just the best
yeah,
fighter in all of existence. Just
yeah.
casually has that title. Tolkien just casually just like handed him the title of just
Yeah.
the
You,
best at fighting dude. It's like, okay.
Omar, it's wait. I'm gonna post like a quote in chat while Joffrey continue reads the Dev Diary.
Right.
Um,
Landless adventurers are shockingly rather lacking in land. They have no vassals, they have no peasants, and they have no burghers or any other subjects to draw on. When you're building an army, this is a bit of a problem, because who's gonna be a soldier for some guy in a tent? Instead of reinforcing automatically, which would mean drawing from a reserve that they lack, adventurers have a pair of interactions that they use to reinforce their armies by paying different sorts of currency. So you do still have your knights, that's good. You've got your heavy infantry here, though. No cost. They do not cost upkeep. Refill men at arms, scrape the barrel.
uh,
Am I still in? Okay, that
am I
was weird.
stupid?
Huh. I could
Uh,
still hear you.
no, no,
It looks like
no,
it's
no.
back.
It's live.
Yeah, it looks like it's
Yeah,
back.
yeah, it's back. It's back.
That was weird. Um, yeah, OBS suddenly just disconnected. Same with Discord, and then it reconnected, but I could still hear you. Huh.
Just one of those Discord moments.
Yeah. But anyway, um, the costs for either option scale with the amount of troops that you are missing. If you lack sufficient gold or provisions to rebuild your forces, oh wow, oh wow, that came out way louder than I intended. Fuck. Whew. That was a sneeze.
Yeah, one of those like brain shattering. You just like need to take a moment to
Wow.
recover.
That was the kind of sneeze my grandpa used to have. Holy shit. Thank you. Thank you for the blessing, Mr. Dented Ear. Now Steam is. Can we just exit Steam real quick? Please stop sending me Steam notifications. Do, 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 do. If you don't have any gold or provisions, then you can try to conscript people on the cheap with a men-at-arms specific scrape the barrel decision. Here you can try to use a combined diplomacy prowess check, pay prestige if in tribal territory, though we're currently considering changing this to paying prestige anywhere, but making it just more effective in tribal realms. Pay piety if in a suitable theocracy or holy order leased barony, or expend your dread in order to just attract a few soldiers at a time. So scrape the barrel and inspire followers. Just diplomacy and prowess. You have 18% chance to gain up to 20, gain up to 25 soldiers to each regiment. That, oh my god, that's so bad. Fair enough. I appreciate they give you options. They give you options at least. It's good. Yeah. Every man in my extended family is bald. We just don't have hair. They though my grandfather could grow a proper beard, not that I'm wanting to grow one. I wouldn't want to have much more facial hair than this. This is convenient. I don't have to shave it as often, or trim it rather. Impressment in wartime recruiting. Turned out to be a smidge more micro than we intended, to the point where it became a little too much of a chore rather than a fun strategic choice. Siege's attrition armies involved in them over time, even if they go well. People get shot full of arrows, sort of thing. Playtesters really start to notice those losses after a few counties, and that means they were having to balance the reinforcement interactions versus their cooldowns constantly a lot more than we'd intended. To compensate for this, we've given adventurers a little mechanic called siege replenishment. After they win a siege, they replenish their men-at-arms by soldiers equivalent to the holding's loot value. This represents new volunteers, impressed locals, and fresh mercenaries flocking to a victorious banner. That makes sense, then, yes. Mind you, oh, they replenish the men-at-arms. Right. Again, it's like, I mean, the loot value it's a number. It's like, yeah, that'll help. It's
Yeah.
basically the equivalent of you getting a successful scraping the barrel interaction.
Yeah, seems so.
You're right, Dentidier. My incredible brain power has forced all the hair out of my head. You see, but though I actually really need to shave. There is some hair at the back of my head that's growing. I need to get rid of that. But I keep forgetting to shave. And then I'll touch the back of my head and be like, oh wait, there's hair there. Jeez, I need to get rid of that. But yeah, all of my world building I've been doing over the past while. It's too much. It's too much. My hair just had to go. I like that they describe it as if an adventurer company keeps winning, they'll somewhat self heal. They cast healing word on themselves. Yes. Hmm. Portrait of a mercenary camp. Proving grounds. Okay. Martial study. Here's the yeah, the martial study is the learning thing. The learning guys, they get this. Huh. Oh, or maybe this is something that's shared between mercenaries, because the lock wagon is definitely a mercenary thing. Mercenary contract rewards up 50% is crazy.
Wow, yeah, that's insane.
And entice local mercenaries. That sounds interesting. Huh.
Yeah.
Damn.
I will
I
say I like how the buildings I do think they say it at like the start, but the direction you choose to go in, like it does look like it'll give you like over time quite big bonuses in the direction you're going in, which is nice because it means to actually get to the point of like challenging a kingdom or whatever, um, which is always nice.
Roaring Campfire doesn't contain upgrades for individual types of men-at-arms, but increases the number of knights and men-at-arm regiments that you can have overall as you level it up. Hmm. Okay. Baggage train. So the upgrades you get here, so in the proving grounds, you can give it a lock wagon, a martial study, and a stick game. All in the proving grounds specifically, I guess. I think. Because it's saying the proving grounds camp building and several of its upgrades. Yeah. Night effectiveness per learning skill plus 10%. Oh no, plus 1%. Okay, okay. That does add
Yeah,
up
I
if
read
you.
also I also read plus 10% the first time. I was like, whoa, what?
It adds up over time, I'm sure. And there's that raw boost you were talking about.
Yeah.
If Landless is a DLC locked, what are you going to do about the Fellowship quest? I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, that's been talked about on the dev team. It's something that we were just like we'll handle it once we start coding on it because like the way that our fellowship is set up, we're it's kind of obvious we're kind of forced to use Landless DLC. It's there's not like any other mechanic like it perfectly fits it. But in terms of, having alternate ways to play it and whatnot, that's still something that will have to be discussed, because, I mean, the Ring Quest is the thing for Realms in Exile, at least until we get another start date in.
The baggage train upgrades, stewardship contract rewards. Oh gosh. So you upgrade both just like okay, so yeah, there's like mercenary contract rewards go up and then stewardship contract rewards.
Oh
Makes
my
sense.
word.
Makes sense. Yeah.
That lifestyle XP boost. Insane. Just plus 25% off the bat.
Combine the bartering grounds with the just being scholars and you've got a flat 45% boost to stewardship there. Hmm. Is there actually going to be a start? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Um, there's going to be another start date in CK3 and also in Realms. But yeah, there's a couple extra start dates planned. It's just that the one that we'd be doing next is probably Angmar. Hmm. Yeah, pound for pound, a dedicated, well-built adventuring camp can hit harder than many other armies, but they'll have trouble recouping from those serious losses. They can accrue many bonuses from camp upgrades, but over time, their reinforcement costs really add up. Their troops are powerful, and they'll have excellent access to different types of men-at-arms, but they'll be paying provisions through the nose just to transport them around. The knights can be deadly, but they don't have a steady stream of new high prowess characters. Hiccups, hiccups. Well, and here is your contracts. See, yes, you can. Yeah. Here's another example of this dude wants landless mercenaries to come help him out. Oh, not my hiccups. Oh,
It's just increasing in pace.
yeah, it is. I'm gonna explode.
It's the countdown.
I'm an alarm for something. Do.
Yeah, the next few images is just showing examples of, like, stuff you can do.
Offer military assistance interaction from the fate of Iberia. Huh. It's not DLC dependent, so you don't need Fate of Iberia to unlock it. But yeah, you can just ask. You can just offer to support random people. Huh. That's interesting as well. I could definitely imagine as a mercenary, you'd want to just be like rocking up to conflicts and be like, which side do I want to support? And then just offer them, hey, give me some cash, I'll support you in this war. Give you 66 gold, makes sense. If your war contribution is at least 352, wonder what that amounts to. Like, it would be an honor if you joined my side in my wars, says the child. The tyranny against Duchess Matilda. This poor woman. This poor little girl. Biting the hand that feeds. In addition to being settled out of a war if you choose, which we discussed earlier, adventure mercenaries are mercenaries, sellswords, which are for sale. If they feel the war is going especially badly, and it's not a war that they're leading, a crusade or some other such thing, they can switch sides. All it'll cost is their reputation and any semblance of trust with their old employer. But if it's their precious army at risk, then maybe it's worth it. In exchange, their new ally will let themselves be added as a patron and may well pay a small bounty for the act of treachery, though the original contract will be failed. Treacherous and cowardly adventurers may opt to simply leave a war altogether. There's no real benefit to this and has various downsides, but if you're done with a conflict and you have no ties except business, well, you could just duck out. The nobility might judge you, but they can't stop you. I doubt that you can do it to literally anyone. I doubt that
Yeah, I
literally
would.
anyone will accept you, and I doubt that you can ask literally anyone because they talk about you not getting hired unless you've got enough prestige.
Yeah, I would assume there's like modifiers and so forth surrounding, military strength. Like it, I mean, just basic. Like
Yeah.
we all know CK3's AI, like related to war, is really bad. But the one thing that's not really done, or that you can like kind of see on your own, is that they won't buy mercenaries unless they're like outnumbered. And I'm assuming the same logic applies here. That
Um, you see the will accept 100%, for example. It's like this dude's a count, and we don't know how badly this war is going for him, but I imagine that like yeah, if you want to ask if you want to like offer to join a king's war, you would this would be very heavily weighted by things such as how famous you are, how famous you are, how many soldiers you have, how badly the war is going for them, and how much they like you, and all sorts of things like that. So I doubt that
yeah,
you can just be this random Catholic Irish dude in Burma and offer some king over there that thinks you're a horrible person and hates you, um, and you're unprestigious. Yeah, I doubt that they'll just it's like, yeah, sure, I trust you. Well, switching sides is probably usually a bad thing because it actively hurts your reputation. It probably costs you renown, and renown is an extremely important currency for mercenaries. So I really don't think that's gonna be OP.
I don't they say, I might be wrong, but I think they say it costs you, like, out of a definitive standpoint, it costs you at least prestige and maybe prestige levels. Might be joking there, but
Just talks about the cost of the reputation, which probably means renown. And you probably get a modifier that talks about you being treacherous, perhaps penalizing your prestige gain and making landed rulers dislike you for a while. That's the sort of thing I'd imagine. But yes, officers, you don't have the normal court positions, but you get different roles that you unlock. Oh, you get the second. You have a second in command role. And it just gives them wow, holy shit. Based on
yeah,
aptitude, up to +5 to everything. Oh, wow. Your armorer for extra men at arms toughness up to 66%.
yeah, these are really good. Like,
Provisions
but
gain. Yeah.
but I think it might look good on the surface, but what, like, if you read a bit into it, these stats still stay good, but I think it still stays balanced in a CK3 way. It's not really balanced, but compared to everything else.
CK3 is not a balanced
Yeah, yeah,
game. Never will
yeah,
be.
yeah,
It's not
yeah,
really
yeah,
intended to be.
yeah. But like in one thing they said, I think it was in the previous David Diary where they highlight it'll be a lot harder for you to actually gain courtiers. Um,
hmm
and if it's just harder for you baseline to get courtiers, it's obviously way, way harder to get really good courtiers
Yeah.
because you're probably like just gonna get some crappy courtier that was kicked out of the court that has like 5 in every stat. So
Or
I do think like these stats are I like the fact that they scale very high because they say it in the next paragraph, but all of these people you employ, all of them are knights. So if that person is dead, and good luck finding another one. Um, so I do like that risk of like you've got really good bonuses, but if you screw up, then like you're taking a dive off of the cliff, like in terms of performing.
you most likely, yeah, you talk about like getting disgraced nobles and stuff. But listen, I think most likely, based on the previous diary they talked about this, you're just gonna be finding random old women who you meet through some weird event, and and you're like, hey, you seem cool. You want to come with me? And they're like, sure. And then you do the take on me dance down the road together.
Yeah,
Um,
or it's like you come across like an old man and he's like, listen, just accept me into your band, I'll give you free candy. Let's go.
80% old peasant women. Yeah. Uh, I like extra ransoming gold, extra gold from ransoms. And Master Bard. No, the fucking stooge. This is
Oh, I love it.
fantastic. It's special options and events. You'll have options related to having a stooge. You can and you can
Humiliate
have
the
a
stooge.
decision to humiliate the stooge.
I love that there's just like events and decisions and a court position just based around shutting on someone
Yeah, this
like
is
that. Like
fantastic.
exactly, stooge is basically just it's the lowest person that could ever exist in the camp.
It's
Just
literally the punching bag,
everyone,
exactly.
yeah, everyone dislikes, or not necessarily dislikes them, but like craps on their head for everything.
Like whenever when you like in my Discord server, for example, we have the meme like blame hashtag blame Nemcraft. Nemcraft's the stooge. The difference is it's in a lighthearted, wholesome way, and if he doesn't want us to, we don't make fun of him. But Stooge is mercenary company. No, this is just really shitty guy that's just got no other option but to hang out with them, and they just blame him for everything and shit. And the icon for it is literally just a dung beetle. Like that's just so sad.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. That is wow.
Everyone's bullying Eden
That's
on my server right now. Why?
I guess
Why?
Eden is the new stooge.
Oh God. I take a look into my server, and the first thing I see is Dark saying, "Call it the Falklands since the British own it." Oh God. I think you're right. Exactly, they are shitting on him. This poor Argentinian. Alright. Master at Arms. Toughness and damage is a more balanced one. Master of Spoils. Increased
Oh,
gold,
that unlocks a
prestige, and
trade for a
piety.
tournament decision. Oh, that's cool. You just unlocked the decision. The one above that that does the
Oh,
damage and
train for turn.
toughness.
That's good. That's good. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Um, the Master of Spoils is funny because it just by having someone you just have a chance of stealing artifacts after a siege. This is the goon who just ransacks all the cupboards looking for neat stuff.
Yeah.
Takes the bearskin rug off the mantelpiece. It's like this is the shit, guys. We're taking
Yeah.
this.
Gonna join Aragorn when he like fights Mordor and just steal the Palantir of
That could
Minnesota.
feasibly happen. Yeah. Light cavalry captain. The chief cook. Reduce enemy scheme success. Makes sense. Makes sense. Oh God, there's more. And then the captain's based on your men at arm regiments. light cavalry, camelry captain, elephantry captain. Increase the size. It potentially increases the size that you could make them up to +1. Yeah. Horse archers. Yeah, for your epic Mongol, your epic Mongol tribe.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh yeah, that's actually something that Dinta notices. You don't have to pay camp officers.
yeah, it doesn't seem as
That
though
is.
any men at arms or offices,
Oh yeah,
just nothing
yeah,
seems to
yeah,
have upkeep costs.
yeah. They did say it. Like your cost comes from traveling. The
Yeah.
more you employ, the harder it comes to like traverse large distances.
New decisions. Comments to part one. A few people asking what goals we envisioned for adventurers that don't want to become landed straight away. This isn't easy to answer in the act of just role-playing and vibing your way. I've added a slew of new decisions for adventurers, and we're gonna go over most of them in here. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh.
What?
Foldable decision categories. Oh, that's nice.
Oh yeah.
That's really nice. Wait. New decision categories? Wait. No, we can't. We can't go back and then. This was just making me think, what if there was like a specific realms in Exile decision category? But it's like, oh no.
That was literally exactly what I wanted in the testing lounge earlier.
But Jocko,
I
that would
like
be so much work.
the moment I saw it, I was like, "Oh my word! Does this mean we can create our own foldable decisions?
That would be so
Is
much
that a
work,
thing?"
though. We need to
But
go through every
how
single decision and just be like, it is a RIE decision.
oh, that's so true. But how cool will it be?
It'd be
Like
pretty
you'll
nice.
play Gondor and you'll just see like a number, like bloody like 9 next to Realms in Exile decisions.
Could be
Like,
very
oh my word.
satisfying. And you put it at the top of the list, and then it's very easy then for people to just see it. People will just
Yeah, that's
know.
true.
There won't be any like potential for confusion.
Yeah, that could be really neat. Something to explore once the DLC comes out.
Become a great conqueror. Oh no! The great conqueror trait is a thing. You access the
Yep.
great conqueror mechanic. It does! Oh! A decision for a landless character to become a great conqueror. Holy fuck. No! Oh no, your marshal is 22 or above. Your fame is legendary figure. Oh, they changed the tier 5 one. Okay. Wow. You get a pressed claim on the duchy you're in, I guess, and you start a war for it. And upon becoming landed, you'll get the conqueror trait. You will get an army of seasoned veterans consisting of retinue lancers and vanguard. Oh,
About to take over the world with this.
oh. This is so cool. I am the punishment of God. Oh,
I did not read that. That line goes hard. What the
this
hell?
goes
I know
unreasonably hard, man. Yet this
I know
suddenly,
Hendrik said he wanted to do Great Conqueror in the Mega.
did he say he wants to do this?
Yeah, he wants to become a conqueror.
Fuck yes. Fuck yes, Hendrix. I need him to go to North Africa and become a great conqueror. Oh, I need to see Hendrix make his way all the way over there, become a great conqueror, and then slowly he and I need to like work together to push out any foreign influence, and he'll like become the warrior caste of my society or something through that. He and I we gotta work something out. This sounds so cool. Oh,
Yeah. I like if you remember how good the Conqueror trade was, it was insane.
I need to. Okay,
It
let's
had like
pull that up again.
it was like minus 75% minute arms maintenance, if I remember correctly. It's a like
Conqueror,
it's a
75%.
title creation cost minus 70. That is look at us lost to. What the hell? That is insane.
Forced vassalization casts a spell I remove prestige cost. Remove
Removes
prestige and piety cost for CBs. And you just get 5 gold. You just have a flat income now.
I love the last line, the world lies before me, ripe for the taking.
This is how we
It
make
will be
Margaz
mine.
actually powerful.
That will be so cool.
Margaz just
And
needs to
someone
get
said,
this trait. Like upon
and
ascending to the throne, he just needs to get this trait. That will actually help so much with him being a problem like he's
uh,
supposed to be.
yeah, and James said in chat, Axe that walks becomes great conqueror and invades Mordor.
Yes. uh, and then of course you have the great conquerors gain you have the option for conquerors to gain the Scourge of God modifier as well.
And I just love that line. May God show mercy, for the conquerors will not. Or
I don't know
these
who they got
lines
to write
just
the load
hit.
for these.
Yeah, it just it just hits different.
Unreasonably hard.
Look,
This is
oh,
a fantastic fucking trait.
yeah. Oh my, I can't wait to play this in vanilla.
You
Like
can't.
that
Oh my.
MP.
What you if you made a elf adventurer and you got Conqueror, you would just have Conqueror for the rest of the game.
Yep.
That's something we need to address.
No, no, this is perfectly balanced.
No, Jocko, that's
I
not
think
okay.
listen, I think all your viewers will agree with me. That is perfectly balanced.
No.
This is how Tolkien envisioned Middle Earth.
Armies will flock to their banners, vassals will fall in line, claimants will flock to their. This is not cool.
Listen. I can already think of two use cases for this for real. Eonway invading Middle Earth.
Yes,
Just
he needs it. Eon waves. Oh, holy shit!
like
Holy.
that'll be so cool. Just relocalize the Conqueror to like Liberator.
He could have his own version
Boom.
of it.
Yeah, it's
He could have his
I
own version of Conqueror. And it's got like the talons too. The icon already works. It's got the talons. It's just the
yeah.
Herald of Manway. This is a unique version of this, and it's just better.
I can't wait to like do a full vanilla playthrough with just this set to the max, the game will set to the max, and just cowering in fear of the AI for once in my CK3 game. Like, imagine Genghis Khan spawns with Conqueror trait alongside the Genghis Khan trait. That would be so cool and so insane.
But yet, yes, James, Margaz, yeah. Who's Margaz desperately needs this trait. This is the perfect way to justify him, like, supposed to be powerful. He's supposed to be powerful and be a threat to the entire North, minus the elves. But he isn't. But yeah,
Anyway, I've taken you on a tangent. Go back to the actual dev diary.
yep. Sorry, we gotta continue on. We gotta continue on. Fuck. All right.
You're only like halfway.
Little did I know. Like, listen, I was like, okay, I'm meandering through. I didn't know that the interesting shit was gonna be down post halfway. Okay, so 8 of the following must be true: Your marshal. Okay, so marshal is 22. That's the most reasonable thing for sure. Legendary figure, and then having strategist and gallant. That's also feasible, especially as a landless character. You can get XP fast. Participated in 20 wars. Participated in at least 5 wars against kings or emperors. Holy shit, man. At least one must be true. Either having 2 commander traits or 28 martial. Okay, yeah, yeah. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still only 6 if you've got all of those. At least 4,000 soldiers. Killed at least 12 characters. Okay, you can execute people. That's okay. That's reasonable. You
Yeah.
can just keep kidnapping, executing people in wars. 4,000 soldiers, I bet that's pretty feasible as well, all things considered. At least 20 raid for captives or stands with us contracts. Okay.
That sounds like a lot of contracts.
That's a lot of contracts, but I bet that's doable if you're really trying. At least one of the
For
following. You
sure.
have at least 6 knights. Okay, with yeah, either 6 knights with 18 prowess or 12 knights with 12 prowess. Wow. And that in total, all of these is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. You need 8 out of 10. That's rough.
Damn, that is. I mean, hey, that's rough but fair. Like for that trait, oh my word,
How does Hendrix think he's gonna get this?
no idea.
Hendrix is gonna need to fight in so many wars on the side of players as he makes his way. Like he's gonna
While
keep asking for players to fight. Oh
yeah,
gosh.
while not getting stack wiped because you can get stack wiped, which is a funny thing.
Yeah. The Catholic path Ascension, path of a prophet. You can become okay. So
Yeah,
this is the
just
thing you were talking about. Yeah.
just read the last paragraph right above this image.
With the decision, you can attempt to convert large numbers of counties to your faith, getting a shot at conversion each time you travel to a new one with sensible limits, of course. Once you've started this, you can't turn it off. That's not your God's way. But failure carries the risk of wounding each time. This makes death a likely consequence of overambition. So you just
I
walk
will.
around and you can't stop doing it, but you just keep walking
Yeah,
around preaching
I
your
am.
faith.
I am so hard gonna do this in a mega, like not with Zunism again, but take a faith or like make a new one and just spread it. I'll become a martyr.
This is fantastic. Yes, you must play just this guy and then continue on. It's just his family preaching this. We need to give you a really cringe faith. We need to like make you some really cringe custom faith that you could start with. And then you just walk
Yeah,
around spreading it once you've reached this point. And then eventually you can try to settle and establish a realm that'll exist in
yeah,
EV4 with this. For the next decade, you will walk the path of a pious Catholic missionary. You'll be able to convert counties you visit to Catholicism, either by the truth in your words or by the might of your sword. Grave peril awaits those who fail along the way, for only the worthy shall receive his reward in heaven. Which is their way of saying people are going to beat the shit out of you.
yeah.
All right.
I
Oh, that
can't.
okay.
Random people don't like Jehovah's Witnesses coming up to their doorstep.
Hello, Vector. Yes, this is the
Hello.
the certified Mormon grind set.
Yeah,
You
I
need
can't wait to have a version of this for the Blue Wizards.
the
Like
Blue
any Blue Wizard
Wizards.
follower. Yeah, just any follower of the Blue Wizards is just I'm going to spread the faith of Ra in your lands, whether you want it or not.
The Blue Wizards just at game start are walking around and they just have always like eternally turned on this modifier where they just convert counties they walk in.
Oh, it's gonna be amazing. I just
That sounds fantastic. God is great. You just need, yeah. Your current location needs to be a holy site of your faith ruled by a character of your faith, and you need to have at least 2 have completed pilgrimages to 2 holy sites, have a theologian trait, but that's easy. That's the really easy one.
Yeah.
And then Paragon of
I
Virtues.
feel like the first two should be fairly easy.
Yeah, this getting 2 of these is easy as hell. Like that's not like
Yeah.
maybe there's more. Because like you can scroll down, maybe there's more options. They're just not explaining.
Yeah.
The Travels of Urus McVenturer. Travels of Robert Crispin. The decision lets you be a nerd, creating a powerful lifestyle XP boosting book artifact for future generations, proportional to the number of points of interest you visited. Yes, finally justification for me to. I must play as Halbarad, become unlanded, just become unlanded,
No.
and then just travel the entire map.
No.
Yes.
I say that. I've done it. I've gone on a 12-year journey across Middle Earth to visit every point of interest.
New lifestyle perks. Yes, the book artifact. Every 12 points of interest up to 60 will increase the rewards. You need to visit 60 points of interest. That's just how it is. You got to travel the whole map.
Yeah.
You can be broke, broke, single, landless nerds. Yeah, exactly. They do know their audience. Oh, yes, surely Gandalf must convince people to stop being evil. Gandalf will convince Bill Ferny to be a good guy. Yeah, Exalted Among Men. 40 points of it. There we go. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yep. Gotta. Easy. Easy.
Yeah.
Visit. Yeah, have a 60 trade experience in Wanderer. Easy. That's gonna come easy. 42 points of interest. No problem. Yeah. That's awesome. Oh, these are so cool. You can have someone like the first character you play like you can play a character landlessly who just travels the whole world, just walking around, and creates this book artifact then, and then your descendants you can just swap to be like, I don't know, maybe they're a mercenary company that eventually becomes a great conqueror. You're right, exactly. I do need to make an actual in-game event that for Dane and Husmargos. Stand proud, you're strong. Before Dane fucking knocks off his head. Stand proud, you are strong. Whack! It's all 1 fame level cheaper. Found a holding. This is where you get the colonization one. This is where you get the colonization thing that I was speculating on previously.
If we can't all name them after ourselves, I will be greatly disappointed. I want to be able to pull an Alexander and name 12 cities after myself. For I, too, am a very humble man.
Yeah. I yes. I hope it won't do it, but they won't make it like it be named after the character who founds it unless you actively go back and name it. But yeah, I guess no, it's just sad. So you amass sizable wealth and you invest it in just building a castle. Yeah. You'll be able to construct a castle. You'll be able to construct more cities after this one. Upon construction, you will have the chance to forcibly take the city for yourself. Otherwise, each year the city will pay dividends. The amount depends on the number of combined building levels in the barony and the development of this county, from 50 up to 400. Explorer Wanderer. Swords for Hire Freebooters could do it. Be able to leave your mark on the place you visit and gain passive income for your troubles, or even steal a county out from under the local ruler. So you found the
And
local.
also, it's repeatable.
It is repeat. You can found multiple. You found multiple
You can
holdings and just collect interest.
Yeah, you just sit in one corner of the map writing books while just every month you get like 100 gold because you've established like 5 cities.
Needs a barony that doesn't have a holding. The culture there needs city planning. They need to have at least 10 opinion of you, and you need 1,000 gold and just decent fame and piety. Oh, art. Oh, okay. Oh, there's a few ways you could do it. Oh, if you don't have gold, there's other ways.
Oh yeah,
That's the easier way, is to not have the 1,000 gold and
yeah.
just have
Oh, I thought-
architect
yeah,
and
yeah,
stewardship.
when-
Fuck the other ones.
Yeah, when I read for it, I thought like the gold was one of the required ones. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, that's like really.
No, you
gets
just
it.
need 3 of these. So fuck, I'm not spending
Yeah.
gold on this. If you don't have to. The Knight of the Swan, excuse me. The suitable local culture animal. Pristine reputation and a lot of prestige. You'll net you a custom trait, permanent house modifier, beautiful artifact, and even a legend seed. It is said that a mysterious knight comes in a swan-driven boat to rescue those in danger. This is the axe that walks. This is what he's already done. This is the thing he's already done pre-game.
Except instead of a swan boat, he literally just shows up in a pair of ratty old boots.
Yeah.
Filthy and smelly.
Doesn't
Oh,
it say?
or-
They said it gives you an
for a
artifact.
moment I thought-
that his artifact is his
for a moment-
boots. Then yeah.
Yeah, for a moment I thought like Crispin was a reference to Kristen Cole. Gains like swan like that. Sorry.
Kristen
House
Cole.
of the Dragon has
yeah.
me.
All right.
House of the Dragon has me like flashbacks.
My condolences. I hear that this last season has been pretty rough.
Let's not talk about it.
Oh, armor type artifact, golden coat of the swan.
Golden,
Yep.
ooh, golden coat of this one. Oh,
So obvious, yeah, that's why the axe. He's got his leather boots of the road, leather boots of the walk.
Joffrey, please. If we ever do that, please make it so it spawns already like half degraded.
It's already damaged. They're not. It's not even like an illustrious artifact. It's just a common artifact that's just damaged boots.
You need to make it so you like can't repair it, but it's also unbreakable. So it's in a permanent state of just falling
Permanent-
apart.
Permanently damaged boots.
Yeah.
They give you plus 15 million% travel speed.
But like small health balances like every month because you find a pebble in your shoe.
Do not have the trait gallows bait. Okay. Must have the swords for hire camp purpose. Alright.
Oh, this one will be
Legendary
tough.
figure though. That's a lot.
Yeah.
The legendary figure is the main thing.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's gonna be tough to get from what I've seen.
Champion your culture. Inspired by a camp purpose we didn't get time to make. Vigilante meets cultural hero, like if Robin Hood led a rebellion. For clever, you can manipulate things so you don't even need to fight. So you champion the Norman culture. Land belongs to those who dwell in it. The Kingdom of Bohemia must be ruled by a true... What? Huh? Excuse me? The Kingdom of Bohemia must be ruled by a true Norman. Excuse me?
Let's not focus on this deviation of the IRL lore. They clearly have not read the Silmarillion.
Oh, okay. It says here that the county the county you're in needs to actually be your culture, which it isn't here, so it's not doable. And then the ruler needs to not be that. So you get a pressed claim on the Duchy of Bohemia. Yeah. Separatist uprising. Huh. Levies.
Like, I can't not hear Star Wars when I hear that word.
Yeah, separatist uprising. Yeah, you can't help but think of Star Wars.
Yeah.
So
It's
you
just
get the
like
separatist
you are the
uprising
bad
modifier,
guy.
which gives you the ability to recruit battle droids.
Yeah, it's just you are the bad guy in this situation. You are the rebel leader that everyone finds annoying.
If you fill at least 3 of these, you will get the duchy peacefully. So if you have a highborn Czech spouse, so like a highborn spouse of the ruling like leader's culture, you
Maybe
are
of the county's culture.
no, because your
Uh,
the county is meant to be of your culture. Like you need it to be of your culture to do it.
Oh,
The point
oh,
is that
oh,
they
yeah,
need to
yeah.
not be your culture, the ruler. So this is probably them saying, yeah, this here is checking for whoever the ruler is, I imagine. So the highborn
Yeah, yeah.
spouse, so just a noble of that culture, and then Catholic faith, so also the ruling family, I imagine. And a weak hook on them. So that's the top liege. A weak hook on the top liege, which is the Kaiser, under above, King Vratislav. A friend of the Kaiser, or more fame than the Kaiser. Okay. Hmm.
Interesting.
That is very interesting indeed. The hook isn't that bad. You can fabricate hooks. Befriending people's usually not that hard either, so. I mean, you could theoretically befriend and get a hook on someone
Yeah, that's true.
at the same time.
Become what's the like? I think it's Legacy of Iberia, where if you become best friends, you get like a best friend hook on each
Yeah,
other.
yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, having a higher level of fame than the top liege it might not be the worst thing either. But all of these are pretty feasible. We're only 2/3 in. Fuck me.
Yeah.
Fuck. See you, Dentadier. You have a good day. I will miss you troubling me this evening, though. Your presence is always appreciated, my good sir. Doesn't sound too tough. The Kaiser's a baby. You'll probably have more prestige than him. You just need a spouse and to be Catholic. Yeah, that's simple enough.
Yeah. To be fair, they
Loving
did note that
outcasts.
getting a highborn spouse will be very hard for a landless because landed rulers aren't really like don't really care about you.
Levy the Outcasts, Band of the Hawk vibes. Put your glasses on, nothing will be wrong. I wanna. Though realistically, the Band of the Hawk is just the mercenary company. Just a mercenary company getting landed. Just don't mind what happened as soon as Griffith got landed. Um, yeah. So the gallows bait. No one like. Yeah, nobody likes. The nobles don't like you. Medieval underworld. Sufficient rank. Petty criminal trait. There's a petty criminal trait. Okay. You can take the decision in order to receive small numbers of event troops every time you successfully complete a criminal contract. Oh, the higher your various gallows bait XP tracks, the more troops you earn. Amass an army of criminals and then find a lovely little island somewhere and take that. It should have been yours to begin with. Yes.
Gonna be that's nice. That's
Ooh.
just look at the effects. You can get up to 1,000 men. I'm assuming if you've maxed out every trade path.
Get unique men at arms. The amount on your progress. So Every time, every time you complete an intrigue contract, you can get between 100 and 1,000 men?
Yeah.
What the fuck? At least 3 of the
Well, that's gonna
following.
be.
This can't be hard. Ambitious, schemer, and one of these? Or neither of them and 3 of these? That can't be that bad.
Yeah, this might be the way to go. If you just want to like in the HRE, you'll just find a ton of intrigue contracts, amass like 6,000 like men at arms, not levies, men at arms, and just challenge the Kaiser to the throne.
The dashing, I can see it now, the dashing rogue descended. No. The dashing rogue. You are like a rogue, literally rogue prince. You fucked off. You
Oh
are you
my
are
word.
the like this is you choosing to start as like a dude who is like however many characters down the line, and you've got a claim on the kingdom, and you do intrigue contracts and become a bandit ruler who is like related to the
Oh
king, and
my.
you have a claim,
Oh,
and then you press your claim as a bandit ruler.
oh my word, the roleplay is gonna hit hard with this DLC.
Yeah. This is gonna be huh. The thing with this too, we definitely need to when we in like an age actually get to the point where I'll be working on the Abercon rework. Uh, their cultures could like the culture slash cultures, whatever it ends up being in Abercon, totally could just spew out freebooters
Oh my word, yeah, that's
and
true.
maybe give you a bonus. Maybe they somehow get a bonus to getting bandit like
Yeah,
gallows bait stuff.
yeah, it's just a fish, but of people with the gallows bait trait. Oh, it's gonna be amazing.
Orcs for sure. Yeah. Orcs becoming great conquerors or the rally to me, wretched of the earth. Oh. Minor. Oh, okay, that's all the major ones. Now we're at minor decisions. So, yep.
Yeah,
Gather
you can
provisions.
like go
Yeah.
quickly through this.
Yeah,
Sorry, but
exactly. Yeah,
it's
you gather provisions. You just yeah. That tells you all you need to know. You
yeah.
get food. Humiliate the stooge. This is more interesting. Putrid eggs, rotten vegetables, or hurtful words. The people are always in demand for some public humiliation.
I just love this. I just have a cruelty need in me, and and this is being made by it.
Ha ha
I love
ha
how the
ha.
last ha is just like fucking
It's an
italicized.
yeah, it's an italicized ha ha ha.
Yeah, it's like it's giving such major high school bully vibes.
This is absolutely fantastic. I just love requirements. You employ a dude. That's all you don't even 20 prestige. That's all you need, and you get to lose stress, gain dread, and you get a humiliated the stooge modifier for 2 years. I want to know what that does. They're not gonna tell us. No. This is gonna be one of the best things in the game for sure. I love
Yeah,
this. I love this so much. Fucking stooge.
amazing.
This is what you just grab all those memes where we're talking about like you find the just random old lady that you just get to join you make them the stooge.
Oh my word. Yeah,
It's so
I can
awful. Have an old lady with
just
you that
love
you
how
throw rotten eggs
CK3 is
at.
embracing it. I
Oh,
just love how the CK3 devs are embracing it.
this is the game for being the most awful person imaginable. Random old lady. Yeah, exactly. But you could do it. You could do. Oh, in Realms in Exile, get an elf. Just acquire an elf, make them the stooge.
Oh, oh my word.
Acquire an elf
Get
and make them the
Magnor.
stooge.
Oh my word. That'll be so
Intergenerational
sad.
stooge.
Oh, that. Imagine you get Magnor. That's like kicking a man while he's down. Oh my word.
You need to have you need to acquire an elf. You capture an elf as your prisoner, and you force them to be your stooge for generations to come.
That has to be amazing and horrible at the same time. Imagine watching someone grow up and treat you as the stooge, and then watching their kids.
Yeah.
Just love how CK3 is like leading into generational trauma. Love it.
Reject inheritance and embrace possibilities. Reject inheritance, you gain the Gallivanter trait. Lose 200 stress. You'll still be able to gain land by means of other than succession, like war or purchased land. Yes. Call me a shirker, but I am free. you and you need to just one of those, yeah. You do not have the embraced responsibilities flag. So you need to be content, carefree, have the carefree perk rather, or are an adventurer. Don't know how you'd already be an adventurer, but I guess that could be a case if you have one of your kids, if your heir, one of your heirs has like gone off on a journey due to royal court stuff, you know? And they
Oh yeah.
yeah, because if they've
Yeah.
already gone on an adventure for you due to the royal court mechanics and they come back, they could decide like, all right, you know what, that's the life for me. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Ah, we actually get to see this trait. Yeah, stress gain and stress loss boosts. Nice, nice. Yeah, all subjects dislike you a lot. That makes a lot of sense. If you become landed as someone who chose to be a Gallivanter, that you would probably that basically means you're the sort of person that is just really annoying. But this trait, 100%, we need to give this to what's his face in Thani Hazard, the elf, King, Turlane.
Oh, Terralane, yeah.
Yeah, he definitely
No,
needs
100%.
Gallivanter. He needs Gallivanter and Adventurer, and to be capable of uniquely to him just fucking off.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I so badly want to do something like that. Just spend like an entire week coding some random unique thing for him.
Election to rule? It's not an election, it's a drawing of lots for a poisoned chalice. I prefer my hearth and home to the whole sordid mess. You let it be known that you do not want to be elected to a higher title.
Oh, this is for the HRE.
There, that should solve things. I guess this is not a decision related to landless stuff, though. Yeah.
No. That's for the like HRE. But notably they do say
Go fishing.
yeah.
Go. I can't wait to go fishing as Gollum. Yes. What the fuck is this? Okay. I could explain. We did not sit down and allocate time to a fishing minigame. I wish you did, though. I wish you did.
Honestly.
One of our
Who needs
producers.
Landless when I can go fishing?
Detailed scripting, personal development time. Any discipline. So exists. Usual red tape. Restrictions that make things cool and interesting. Previous items we got out of this include the pet system, a lot of various Jewish content, many niche regional decisions, a lot of UI improvements, backgrounds. As it happens, outside of the scope of development of the game, yes, small decision to go fishing. It's fairly simple, and Simple, but it's an extra way for adventurers to lose stress while earning a few provisions. Again, this didn't take any time away from development. They're just insisting, please, please, this did not slow our development. I swear.
Yeah.
I swear, guys, please. This explore. Just visit a holding. Oh God. It's a big one. Wow. Okay. Landless adventures on the map. How do you tie adventurers and the map together? How do you make it feel like you were in a specific place? Huh. Okay. You can
Oh yeah,
visit
not,
those
they just go through an event chain. It's pretty nice, but it's essentially just you visiting
supplies.
a town and like all the main stuff.
Gain some provisions potentially. Yeah. Intrigue test to yoink stuff. Visit the castle. See what some folks are arguing about. Eh. Check out the main square, the church grounds. All sorts of stuff. Yeah. Expelling adventurers. Mmm. So you're going to be able to refuse an eviction means that you make an imprisonment attempt against them as soon as the 3 months have expired. If this fails, the adventurer begins an offensive war against you, the evicting ruler. You're considered the defender because it's your land and they're just squatting on it. I guess, but what happens? But huh? But you're trying to kidnap them. I don't know. That doesn't sound
No,
right. But
I mean, from the way I read it is essentially a landless adventure is like inside your realm, and it's AI or the player. Essentially goes, listen, you're squatting, get the heck out of my realm by this date, and after that date, if they're not outside of your realm, it'll start a war, to imprison them because they haven't left your realm.
But what? Okay, if the adventurer wins, they'll have utterly defeated your realm and you usurp it. Okay, okay, that's why it's an offensive war. That makes sense. I agree with that then. The idea being that if the adventurer is staying, it really is just they're trying to attack you at that
Then
point. Yeah.
yeah,
But that's interesting. Yeah. Destroy their camp permanently? Fuck. Oh wow. Wow, okay, please don't evict me from your land, Mr. Good Sir. Um, And even if a white peace is signed as well, you just can't travel through that land. Yeah. Make a request. Just ask for some stuff from a ruler who likes you.
yeah. I think this has to do with like patrons or
Yeah.
friends or family and so forth. The one thing I'm very excited for is that third button from the top.
For a
Request for
men-at-arms
men at arms.
regiment.
Yeah, it gives me really big hopes that there's like effects to create men at arms regiments.
Yes. Yes. Hmm.
And vice versa, like destroy them because that's like the big part. Like because one of the devs did say in I think the mod co-op or something that while they didn't do like warfare on its own, they have scrounged around with some of the back-end coders to give tidbits of coding, like modability here and there.
This is a really big piece of text at the end. Holy shit. Oh, gosh. Adventurers can't raid. Yep. Raiding, yep. Raising your army. Siegeable camps likewise offer too many headaches for robust implementation, so you can't siege camps. Any number of camps can be in the same location. Take anything then one day. Rather than deliver these two aspects in a substandard condition, we've elected to avoid them entirely. Adventurers with a martial bent can earn their coin from mercenary work and similar contracts, and adventuring camps are treated as not being worthwhile military targets. Neither of these are a reflection of historical reality, only of gameplay necessity. The other smaller things to address: child adventurers, we don't support this generally, narratively. Literally anyone else would be in charge instead, but we haven't hard banned it. You can't start as an adventuring child, but you won't be game overed if it happens to you for the sake of gameplay. Yeah. And they've shown that you can choose who your heir is. So just, yeah, choose your heir to be a member of your family that is not a child. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, it does end just like that, James. Wow. I am not reading through the comments on this motherfucker. That is
It's
way
not,
too
please. It's like at least as half of as long as this deal as the Div Diary. It was. There are so many responses.
long. Wait. No, I haven't seen Berserk. Please stop asking.
Who's asking him to see
Wait.
Berserk?
I was just making a Berserk reference earlier. What was the thing that I was referencing? I was thinking it's because of the it's literally because it's because of all the mercenary stuff. It's just traveling characters. It's people thinking about
Oh yeah.
yeah, okay. Band of the Hawk stuff. All right. The Band of the Hawk. Yep. That's great. Wokeg clearly needs to read or watch Berserk.
Yeah.
I saw a really neat collection of Berserk manga at my local bookstore. Should really think about getting that sometime. But in any case, I think it's probably well timed to end it here. I've got work in an hour or two, and I'd like to eat something before that.
That's a really long Div Diary.
Yes. So thank you very much for sticking through this with me, Jocko. And
Yeah.
thank you all for watching. And I hope to see you next time, which technically, tomorrow we, as in myself and a couple different folks from the Realms in Exile dev team, are going to be discussing colonization in Europa Universalis 5, as that is tomorrow is when they come out with that dev diary. I really should schedule that stream, but I haven't been scheduling streams in advance lately. But thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye!